Hey guys, I'm gonna be streaming Darkest Dungeon for a couple hours this evening. I thought, just as I begin, that I would do a quick recap of last time because it didn't record properly. So, essentially, last time we played, we started off a new campaign. We played 5 adventures and built up almost a full team. Most of the last video I went over the different mechanics in the game and the different skills and abilities. I'll probably go over quite a lot of that this time, but no guarantees I'll cover everything. The biggest thing is just RNG was not in my favour last time. So a lot of it was that either I would get no room battles, and so no loot, or I would end up in fight after fight with so many critical hits against me and no money because I hadn't won any fights that I had to abandon different missions, and yeah, it was a tough one, but I'm gonna keep on trucking forward.
You will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So, I was quite lucky though, I didn't lose any people. My graveyard is still currently empty. It was a very close call, but yeah, as you can see, some of these guys are very, very stressed out. I went to the farmstead for the first time, and it went horrifically. I did not realise that it was a duke it out until one side dies sort of scenario. So if I was going to do that, I would take a very different team to what I did originally. I'm just hoping that it goes a bit better this time. I'm gonna send some of these for some stress relief. So he's a flagellant, which means he'll only flagellate. She can't gamble, but that leaves her quite open. What about him? He's alright as well. Anyone else need major help? So I'll send these two. Oh, of course. So I think I'll send him gambling because that's cheaper. Save a little bit of money. It might not be very effective, but if it works, it works. Okay, so I've only got 2,300 and a very stressed team of people. Oh, let's actually have a look in the stagecoach and see. I don't want to go to the Butcher's Circus, thank you. See what we got. Got the Man-at-Arms. Do I have one of those? I do not, and I could use some more up front.
The raw strength of youth may be spent, but his eyes hold the secrets of 100 campaigns.
So, I do quite like the Occultist. The only problem is that it's very... I wouldn't say unreliable, it's just that it's not as reliable a healer as, say, the Vestal. But overall, they are quite well balanced. They can do some damage, they can be a good support. I've never really been a huge fan of the Crusader. They're good in that they have a healing ability, they have a lot of different abilities that you can use in different circumstances, but they're your very stereotypical adventurer. So I think I'm probably going to end up leaving him.
The abyss, one must know it. Fan the flames, mold the metal. We are raising an army.
I almost always end up ploughing a lot of my, can't remember what they're called. I want to call them relics, but I don't think that's the right word for it. Heirlooms. I end up ploughing a lot of those into the blacksmith and the guild, because it's the quickest way to upgrade your heroes. But then I end up running out of them when I need to improve the stress relief. First things first, let's have a look at what trinkets we get from this. Damage stone, that's something I could sell. I don't really use the arbalest. Do I have one of those actually? I do not. So I think I might leave that. Got the speed stone, that's always nice. That's one that you use, especially in the early game, to sort of counteract the negative effects of different trinkets that you have. So if I unequip trinkets. Okay. quite a lot of them have a speed down negative. Ooh, I'm gonna go for that one. The survival guide is very useful. Again, a speed down. But the scouting chance and trap disarm chance, that can really, really help in the long run. Okay, who do we have? Oh, you're a bleedy boy. You're good at bleeding, which isn't great for the ruins. So I might have to leave you behind. You. Oh yeah, the musketeer. I could try out building for marking things. You're a bleedy boy as well, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, so he's strong in the front too. I think if I switch them around, and then I need someone to go in the third space. What skills do you have? Abyssal artillery, that's really useful. Word construction, targeting. This could be a pretty good team, actually. All things considered. She's most definitely the back too, whereas he's sort of can go around the sides. So, let's have a quick look. So, provisions. Actually, if I provision the team and then see how much money I have left over, I won't be left without like the last couple of times. I have no money. That is the answer. Okay, I return 4 of those. That's more useful. Okay, well, I've got no extra money to upgrade them or do anything with, so it looks like I'm going... don't have a Jester or a Houndmaster or a Plague Doctor. Let's see how it goes.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Okay, so I have to complete 100% of the room battles. Oh! Immediately, there is stress. So there's always enemies that you choose to attack first and get rid of first. So these guys in the front, yes, they deal damage, but they're a lot less annoying. They're a lot less aggravating than these two at the back. So the Arbalist at the back, they do a lot of damage in short amounts of time. They're a lot more likely to critically hit. Whereas you've got these ones here who, they cause a lot of stress damage to your team. So if you can take those out quickly, that is always your best chance at getting through it relatively scot-free.
Executed with impunity.
The voiceover in this game is phenomenal. It's so well done, and I'm so excited about the board game that's coming out of this. So the Kickstarter finished on the 6th of November, which is today when I'm recording this, and it's going to be so good. I'm going to end up spending so many hours painting all the miniatures and sorting it all out. It's going to be one hell of a project, but it should be a very, very good game by the end of it.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Right, so they were aiming for something like 300 grand, and so far they're on 5 million. Which is huge, and I'm kind of shocked about it. But considering how amazing this game is, it's so well put together, especially for a Kickstarter game. wasn't an official studio at that point, as far as I'm aware, and it's gone so well for them. So this is the bleed damage over time. So as you can see, it does 1 damage every 3 rounds. So at the start of the Man-at-Arms' turn, he will take damage equal to equal to the sum of the dots that he has on him. This is another one. This is Blight. This is my favourite dot in the game. I really enjoy putting together teams that utilise this and stack it up so that not only are you doing damage, but you're not causing problems for your team while doing it, so that they're not more at risk. And yeah, you can use the time in between to heal your people and to get back up to where you need to be. It's very good for maintaining the health and the sanity of your team to employ the... Ooh, what did I get? Not a lot. Okay. I forgot I have a bandage. I could have healed him and prevented the bleeding. Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, so light level is also a massive thing in this game. The lower the light, the more stress your people come under, the stronger the enemies get, and the more likely it is that your people will die or go insane. But you also get a lot more loot. You get more chance of getting trinkets. You can have a better chance of getting more valuable loot.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Oh, come on. You can do so much more than that, and he's bleeding. Fantastic. Okay. There we go. Why couldn't you just do that in the first place?
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten. A fortune.
So it's always very tempting, especially the first time that you play through this game, to... Ooh.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His
to
efficacy
keep the light up as high as you can get it. Just because it protects your people, it makes it a little bit easier, in a way. But the loot whore in me is like, nope, I'm letting it go down. Can be stressful, but yeah. So each of the different locations, the traps look different. This is the one. This looks very man-made and very mechanical in the ruins. So on each of the people there's a trap chance. So that's the chance to disarm. And I have very low on everyone. Well, fingers crossed. Oh! Nice. So the white halo and the numbers that come up, that's a sanity heal. The black halo that comes up, that's an increase in sanity a lot of the time. And you can't really control it all that much. There's some ways of reducing it, like some character abilities. If your characters get critical hits on people, that can reduce it as well. But a lot of it is chance. Ooh, this is one that might work out. So there is a way of using items on different curios that you find between rooms and in rooms. So altars and things, generally using holy water gives you a good boost. Like, what did she get? She got an extra 30% damage until camping. I don't... Why this is a short mission. Oh, no. Well, she's gonna be tested very soon. So at 100 you get tested. Then you become either afflicted or virtuous. And last time she was great. She became virtuous, but I don't hold my breath for that happening again. So on a medium or long mission, you get there is an item that you're given at the beginning, which is firewood. And yeah, you get to camp inside of a room where you can heal people, you can... Oh, here we go. Yep, she's afflicted.
The walls close in.
So her negative comments that came up in that red bubble, those are going to affect the others. Usually very negatively through their mental health. They get stressed out by the comments made by the other people. Nice. So she got a slight heal, but she still will remain paranoid until the end of the mission. No matter how much her stress is reduced, it will not go back to being unafflicted until she rests at the town, at the hamlet. Oh dear. Oh, that was a lot of... Oh, that's not good. Okay. So, you can't really heal people in between battles. They can't use their abilities outside of battle. They have to basically heal and recuperate. You can feed them, and that will give them some health back and some benefits, but mostly you can't really do much in between battles. Oh.
Brought low and driven into the mud.
That is all of the room battles. Okay, so I'm going to leave it now because it's a success, which means that they're going to get a better reward, and they're very stressed, so
Room by room,
the only thing I'd get would be more loot, but I don't want to chance more people getting hurt and going a little bit insane, because that would be bad. Okay, this is not good. Okay. So, there's certain negative and positive quirks that influence the way that they interact with the stress relief. So things like Hieromania, where they have the religious visions and delusions, they'll get a bonus in the chapel, I think it is, for things like praying and flagellation and different things. Oh. He's not allowed to visit the brothel anymore. Fated is one of the best offensive... What are they called? Quirks. Offensive quirks. Lurker is very useful, especially later in the game. So when you actually go into the darkest dungeon, the light levels are 0, essentially. You cannot raise them with torches, everything is dark. And you have to fight in the dark, which makes it exponentially more difficult to actually get anything done,